I am so nervous. Ah! You got this, Miley. Is it too late? Can I just repatch this up and call it a day? Well, that didn't go according to plan, but that's okay. I just had to put in an outlet up here. Just had to put in an outlet. Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my channel. This week, I am going to be continuing on with my living room and entryway makeover. And I'm gonna be doing a project that doesn't seem that big or that daunting, but let me tell you, this is probably the project I'm the most afraid to tackle in this room. So this week, I am going to be hanging up my TV. My new TV that I currently don't have. So I'm gonna be hanging it up, and the hanging up the TV isn't the hard part. What makes this project hard is that I'm going to be putting in a new outlet for behind my TV. And I know very little about electrical work. Basically, I can change out a light pretty confidently, but beyond that, I got nothing. And I wasn't really planning on putting in a new outlet, but the more I thought about it, the more I didn't want a large, ugly cord running down my wall. And I'm not really working with an ideal electrical situation, so I'm just gonna get started so I can kind of explain in further detail some of the hurdles I'm gonna have to overcome in this project. So with all of that being said, let's get a TV up on my wall. So let me explain to you what an ideal situation would be so that I can then explain to you why my setup is not ideal. So in an ideal world, I would have an outlet that's on the wall down here, kind of more in the middle of my table. If I had something like that, I basically could run a new wire directly up the wall and put in a new outlet just higher up so that it's behind my TV. Well, my closest outlet that I have is somewhere more, I think like over here, if I can. Yeah, somewhere like over here. So if I were to run a new wire and put an outlet directly above this bottom outlet, you would most likely still see the outlet behind the TV. The TV wouldn't cover it up. So the first thing that I potentially might have to do for this new outlet is jump a stud. Now I don't really know where the studs are, and I don't know where this outlet down over here is in regards to the studs, but I might have to jump a stud, which means I'm gonna have to open up this wall, drill a hole through the stud, and fish wire through that stud. So that is a potential thing that I might have to do. I'm not sure. I have to open up the wall a little bit more to see what I'm working with. The other thing that I'm dealing with is that this outlet down over here, both the bottom and the top plug, are switch operated. Yay! So there is a switch over here and a switch on the other end of the wall that operates this outlet, which is nice for the light because you can like walk in the room and turn on and off the light really easily. But what makes that not ideal is the fact that I don't want this new outlet to be switch operated. I don't want to like turn on and off my TV when I turn on and off the light. So I need to figure out how to keep that outlet still switch operated and make this new outlet not switch operated. And I'm sure if you're an electrician, that might seem like really easy, but like, I don't know what I'm doing. So this is scary and I'm gonna figure it out, but I'm still scared. So my plan for today, we're starting off easy, starting off small, and then we'll work our way up to doing all of this electrical work and making lots of holes in this wall. So the first thing that I'm doing is going and getting a bigger TV. If you didn't see my design video, I basically explained that I've had this TV since my husband and I lived in a smaller apartment, and it was the perfect size for that apartment, but when we moved in here, it always felt a bit small and like it just didn't fit the size of the room. So I've been wanting to get something slightly bigger that just kind of fits the size of the room a little bit more. Once I have my new TV, I'm gonna get it hung up on my wall so that I know where I can put this outlet so that it's not interfering with the bracket that's gonna be holding up the TV. So let's go pick out a new TV. Okay guys, so I just got to Walmart. This might be surprising to you as somebody who has a YouTube channel. I am not tech savvy. I can basically stumble my way through editing a video and that's about it. So I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm probably just gonna pick out something cheap and cheerful in the like 43-inch range. I think that's the next size up, maybe 55 inches. I probably should have measured before I left, but I'm pretty sure 43 inches is the next size up, and I think that is what will look the nicest in my space without going too big. Okay, let's just go pick out a TV. Ooh, plants. Okay, don't get distracted. Just get your TV and get out of here. That's 50 inches. That seems big. That seems really big. Oh, is that connected? Oh. Okay, I have to get somebody. Let's get this thing open. I didn't go with like the cheapest, but I didn't go obviously with like the most expensive. I think she'll be good. Yeah, that's nice. So I got this fixed TV wall mount from Amazon. I just typed in wall mounts that are flat. I've seen wall mounts where like the TV pops off the wall a good amount, and I don't like that. So I tried to look for like the flattest wall mount I possibly could, and this works with a TV up to 55 inches. I guess I gotta go get some tools. Place with the holes going up. Oh, that's the farthest it goes in? What? That doesn't make sense. One bracket on, one more to go. Now I think the nice part about this is that I'll be able to kind of like move this around slightly to get it nice and centered where I want it. Okay, now it's time to get this thing actually up on the wall. So I gotta go grab measuring tape and a drill. First things first, I'm gonna figure out where the middle of this table is, since I would like the TV to be in the center of it. 71. What's half of 71? 35 and a half? So that marks that. That's my middle line. Now I guess I gotta figure out how high this TV is gonna be. Okay, I want the TV to be 8 inches off the table, and then the bracket is another 7 inches from the bottom. So 7 plus 8 is 15. Wow, I can do math. So we want the bottom of the bracket to be at 15. Okay, so I'm just gonna see if I can find where some studs are. Studs usually run every 16 inches on center, so 32. Nope. You seem like you got a stud right there, potentially. Yeah, okay, found one. So, it looks like I can't put the bracket directly in the center, but I'll be able to shimmy the TV that way. I'm gonna hit a stud on one side, but I'm not gonna hit a stud over here, so the wall mount provided some lovely drywall anchors. She's on. Now I can adjust it. Okay guys, so I think, I'm not gonna do it right now, but I think I'm gonna try to find some bolts that are a little bit shorter that will work with attaching the brackets to this TV so that I don't have to use those spacers so that the TV pushes up more against the wall than it is. And once that happens, I think this will look really nice. But I'm gonna clean up for the day, and then tomorrow we can get to the hard part, which is all of the electrical work. Guys, I did it. I got my TV up on the wall. Project complete. See you guys in my next video. I'm just joking. Now comes the hard part where I actually have to do some electrical work. It's actually been a few days since I got my TV up on the wall because I wanted to spend a few days learning about this process because I hadn't actually taken the time to learn about rewiring in a new outlet. And also, a few days ago, I realized that if I get new bolts and I push my TV as close to the wall as it possibly can go, there's not really gonna be space for the plug from the TV to sit in this outlet nicely. So I went ahead and I ordered a recessed outlet box. So the outlet actually sits about an inch back into the wall so that there is space for the plug from the TV to sit nicely in this outlet. So the first thing that I need to do today is actually go get all of the tools and supplies I need for this project because I don't really do electrical work, so I don't have, you know, the wires and the supplies and the tools just laying around. So let's go get all that stuff and let's get to work. I just got to Lowe's. I also just spent the 5-10 minute drive to Lowe's talking to my brother. So if you are a new subscriber and you didn't see the huge giant kitchen renovation I did with my brother a few years ago, so my brother was an electrical apprentice in high school and college, and he learned quite a bit about electrical work doing that. So when we were doing his kitchen renovation, he actually did all of the electrical work. So I just called him to like ask him and make sure that like I am thinking through all of these steps correctly. So the things that I need to get are Romex wire, wire nuts, I have to get outlets or like plugs, and then I've got to get wire cutters and then the wire tester thing so that I can, you know, make sure I'm not working with hot wires. So let's go get all that stuff and then let's go do this thing. Guys, this is a part of Lowe's I am never in, but I think I need these because I think my brother said they should be like $1 something. Yeah. Doo doo ba-doo boop 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 ba-doo boop. I'm a child. Oh, nice. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, this looks good. Let's go home. Guys, I think I am more confused coming back from Lowe's than I was going to Lowe's. Within building, electrical work, plumbing, everybody has like slightly different ways of doing things. So I learned from the video what to do, and then when I have people telling me at Lowe's, you don't need to do all of that, this is what you need, you don't need this, you know, I got a little confused. I'll probably have to go back to Lowe's, but whatever, it's not a big deal. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get my TV off of my wall and then like clear everything out. But before I take my TV off of my wall, this might be overkill, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna put some painter's tape on the wall that blocks off where my TV actually is so that I know for sure I am putting this outlet where my TV is gonna cover it up. Let's go, let's do it. Okay, there we go. Great, okay, let's get all of this out of the way. Let's go cut the power. No, I think we're off. Okay, awesome. Let's open you up and see what we're working with. Don't be nervous, Miley. What is this thing doing? That's connected to absolutely nothing. Okay, well, first of all, let's figure out, is this the stud? That's a stud, isn't it? Right there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to jump a stud. Yeah, this ground wire is not connected to anything. I think it's time to FaceTime my brother for the first time. FaceTime Jordan. So my ground wire isn't connected to anything.
Maybe it was supposed to be probably, do you have a metal outlet box right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was grounded to the box, since that's probably old wiring that didn't have a ground.
Oh, okay. I've only got a black and a white wire. I was kind of, for some reason, expecting a red wire as well.
No, because that outlet is only controlled by that switch.
Okay.
Problem is now every outlet off there is going to be switched.
Oh, you can't make it not switched.
All right, where's the switch at?
The switch is right here.
Oh, just use the switch.
Oh,
the switch has.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Don't use the outlet, use the switch.
Okay. Cool. Well, let me cut into this wall. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at. Okay, so I just took a video. I sent it to my brother. I'm gonna leave this how it is. Everything is off, but I just kind of want to leave this so that I can like either talk to him, watch a video, figure out how I need to wire this in to this new outlet. So I think the next step is getting this wall opened up so that we can get this box inserted and that we can also drill a hole in the stud so that we can fish some wiring through. I want to do the least amount of drywalling I possibly can. Yay. Well, let's see if this fits in here. It does, yay. What to do? Because I'm not gonna be able to get a drill because there's a stud right there. Why is there a stud right there? That I can't just fish a drill in here and drill a hole. Is it too late? Can I just repatch this up and call it a day? Okay guys, I didn't want to have to do this, but I think this is the only thing I can do is I have to open up this wall more so that I can kind of see what's happening from here to here. And I'm gonna have to drill a hole through this stud, so I have to open this up, which isn't the best thing in the world because I hate drywalling and I'm not very good at it, but let's do this thing. Well, that didn't go according to plan, but that's okay.
I have no idea. That is such a weird thing to just find a loose capped off wire in a switch of all places. I'd turn all your power back on in the house and see if that's hot.
Okay.
If it did, you could use that wire and just create a mini junction box and just jump over to your outlet.
Yeah, okay.
If it's not live, then you're gonna have to use the hot off the switch.
Yeah, okay. Okay guys, so I think my next step, I'm still very confused, but also like slightly not confused, but yeah, very confused. So I think the next step is to get some holes drilled in these studs so that we can run some wire through this wall. I'm probably gonna cut way too much, but that's okay. I'm gonna pull this wire through here, stick it in this box, and then pop this in here like so. Okay, before I drill this hole, I'm actually gonna get this outlet box screwed into the stud. I should be able to take this and push it through this hole. Okay, I'm gonna cut this back just a little bit more because I literally can't see what the heck this is doing. The electrical work in my house is real weird, but there's this little tab. I unscrewed it so that I can hopefully fit this new wire through the top. I can, yay. So, luckily for me, I've got these 2 extra wires that are constant power in this switch box. Don't know why, but I do. So I can just actually use these wires to connect to this Romex wire, which will make this outlet have constant power. At least it should. I'm looking for 14 on my little wire strippers. Twist in, and you keep twisting till everything starts to twist together. I got one side of my Romex all wired up. I don't know if it's wired up properly. I'm hoping it is. So now I'm gonna wire up my new outlet. Okay, white goes to light, black goes to dark. So I have this all wired up. I don't know if this is correct, but I'm gonna go turn the power on and see what I'm working with and see if I did this correctly. I don't think I did. Moment of truth. I think I can just plug this in. Oh my gosh, I did it. It is 2 oranges right here, which means correct wiring. Wait, I have to take a picture and send it to my brother. How did I do it? Yay, I now have some drywalling to do, but I did it. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. Good morning, guys. I put a giant hole in my wall, so now I have to patch it up. And I'm not gonna be reusing the old piece of drywall since it's all like kind of busted up on this side. So I went and got a 2x2 sheet of drywall. They sell these at like Lowe's, Home Depot. So my first step that I'm gonna do before I cut my new piece of drywall is get this opening a little bit more square and have these lines be straighter since they're a little wonky, and that'll make for a not super seamless finish. So let's do that and then we can go from there. This is all straightened out now, so I'm just gonna measure and score my new piece and get it attached. 11 1/8. Okay. Cool, let me get this new piece cut out. If you've never done any drywalling, cutting drywall is super easy. You basically just score the paper and then it snaps at that cut. Boom, that looks good. I just need to cut out right around here to work around the light switch. Try that. Okay, finally, there we go. That is a nice patch. Let me go get some screws. Okay guys, so I have my big piece attached, and I also just went ahead and I cut a small skinny piece of drywall for this side of the outlet because this outlet cover didn't fully cover up this gap over here. I didn't have a stud to screw this little piece of drywall into, so I saw this hack online a while ago for doing small little patchwork drywall jobs, and what you do is you leave the paper from the drywall, you leave like extra paper on, and so basically this paper acts as an anchor to the drywall and you don't have to screw this small piece into a stud. So I'm gonna grab my joint compound and start filling in all of these gaps, and also use some joint tape to also fill in these gaps and try to make this as smooth and as seamless as I possibly can get it. Okay, now I should just be able to, and then pull. There we go. Guys, people that are good at drywalling really make drywalling look so much easier than it is. I have now done a few coats of joint compound. I'm gonna have to let this sit probably at least until tomorrow morning before I can go back and start like sanding some of this back, and I might have to do a third layer of joint compound. I'm not totally sure yet until I can sand this back. So I'm gonna clean up and I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm sure my coffee looks very unappetizing, but I swear this is so good. If you like matcha and you like lots of caffeine, this is a matcha espresso latte. It is so good. It's like my new favorite drink. I make it almost every day. So good. Good morning, guys. I should be able to finish everything that I had planned for this week today, which is very exciting. And by last night, the 2 layers of joint compound that I had done earlier in the day were dry, and there was a few gaps around the joint tape. So I went ahead and I did a 3rd coat so that I could let that 3rd coat sit overnight. So now all I have to do today is get this wall sanded and painted. So I'm actually gonna quickly do all of that, and then we can get to my final project that I have planned for this week. So I am just hand sanding because all of the sandpaper that I have for my orbital sander is a little too coarse. And I also find hand sanding works a little bit better with just cleaning up joint compound. Think I can get to painting. Okay guys, now it is time for my final project of the week, which is making a frame for around my TV. If you saw my design video, you know this has been my plan all along. This is a really popular DIY. I feel like I've seen a ton of people do this. I've done this in the past. I made a frame for around my mom's TV for her bedroom makeover, but I'm gonna be trying a different technique to making this frame than I did for my mom's TV. So I went out and got some trim. This is PVC trim. I find that it's a lot lighter in weight than say like wood trim, and I didn't want to put too much weight on my TV. So I have 2 pieces here for the top and the bottom that are 37.5 inches, and then these 2 side pieces are 21.125. And I have 4 other pieces here, but I'm gonna get my first 4 pieces put together using flat L-shaped brackets, and then I'll explain what these other 4 pieces are for. I'm gonna put a little bit of construction adhesive at the corners. I had to get slightly shorter screws than the screws that come with the brackets, but I will list all of the supplies that I use for this frame down below. Yeah, that looks really nice. Okay, first corner done. Let's do the other 3. Amazing, that looks so nice. Okay guys, this looks really nice. So my next 4 pieces are these plain kind of 2-inch strips of PVC. I got these because I am going to be attaching them to the top, bottom, and sides like this to make the sides a little bit thicker. What this is gonna do is cover up the sides of the TV. And the top and the side pieces are the same, and then for the bottom piece, I got the same PVC piece, but it's just 3/4 of an inch versus 2 inches, and I got this cut down for the bottom of the frame. Basically, I wanted the frame to look cohesive and look the same from the front, but I didn't want a 2-inch piece at the bottom because the bottom of the TV is where the speakers are. And so I didn't want to cover up the speakers and create like a muffled sound. So I kind of need to figure out how I want to get these pieces attached. I was thinking of going and grabbing my pneumatic nail gun and using that to get these pieces attached, or using construction adhesive, taping it down and letting it sit. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna play around and see what I come up with. Okay, cool. Doesn't show. Good morning, guys. I was trying to finish up this frame yesterday, but this black paint I used on the frame was just like not drying. So I had to let it sit overnight to fully dry. And yesterday, after I got all of the pieces attached to this frame, I did a little bit more work to it before I went ahead and painted this frame black. So the last piece that I needed to get attached to this frame was this little piece on the top top underside, or on the top back side of the frame. That piece is what is going to hold this frame on the TV at the right height so that everything gets covered up nicely. I then went in with some spackle and filled in any gaps at the corners, and then filled in the slight gap between the inside trim piece and this outside trim piece. And the final thing before painting this frame black was marking out and drilling out a hole at the bottom part of the frame. This hole makes it so that the sensor on the TV isn't covered up, so that I can use my remote and my TV turns on and off and all of that stuff. So once I had that hole drilled out, I painted the frame black. I'm going for a brushed brass look to this frame, so I needed the base coat to be black for the brushed brass look. And now for the gold paint, I've got 3 golds here, and I'm not sure which gold I am gonna go with. I've got bronze metal, soft gold, and gold mine, which is 3 metallic accent paints by Rust-Oleum. So I'm gonna test these 3 golds out on the bottom half of the frame, pick out which gold I like, and then paint that across the whole frame. Clyde Kitty, are you gonna help me, buddy? Let's see here. This is gold mine. Now I do want this frame to go with my lamp as well, but not perfectly match my lamp. Basically, I just don't want them to clash, but I don't want them to match. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with bronze metal. Yes, let's do it. Okay, so I have been letting this paint sit for a little bit now. It is now dry. It didn't take nearly as long for the gold paint to dry as it did for the black paint to dry. So now I'm going to staple some black elastic to the back side of the frame. This elastic is what is going to hold this frame on my TV once it's on the wall. Okay, let's get my TV up on my wall and get this frame put on there. See how everything looks. Okay, that's plugged in. I did go ahead and get some new shorter bolts for the brackets. So now the bracket is flat against the TV, which makes this a lot closer to the wall than it was with those spacers. So I feel like that inch makes a difference. Now the moment of truth. Let's see if this thing works. I guess I just have to actually pull this elastic. A little wonky, but it's okay. Okay. Yeah, it works. I think that looks really nice. Yeah, okay guys, so I think it is time for me to start to put my living room back together again, cleaning up, and that will complete part 3 of my living room and entryway makeover. And that is it, guys. I knew this project was going to be worth it, but boy, was it worth it. This room is slowly turning into one of my favorite rooms in my house. Now with like the trim, my newly upholstered chair, and the fact that there are no cords showing on my TV wall, it looks so nice. Having no cords showing is such a subtle detail, but when you have no cord showing, it just cleans up the space so nicely. Also, beyond my TV cord, I had one final cord that I had to figure out how to disguise, and that was the cord for my lamp. And I think I found like the best solution I possibly could have. I found this extension cord that has a plate that covers up the outlet, and I could run that extension cord into the first drawer closest to the outlet and then plug my lamp in. So now the underside of my TV stand is fully cord free, and it looks so nice. And of course, the frame around my TV was kind of just like the cherry on top. And I think the color is really good. It matches the lamp without being like an exact match. The only thing I'm not super happy about with this project is the drywalling I did. It's definitely a little bit bumpy, so I'm gonna fix that up over the next few days before I get started on my final project that I have planned for my TV wall. So I hope you guys liked this project and video and seeing me tackle something very much outside of my comfort zone. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.